The sun rose slowly over the hill country near Bethel, washing the plains in molten gold. Sheep grazed thickly across the land. Camels groaned. Dust lifted lazily in the morning breeze. But beneath the beauty, tension stirred. Two groups of shepherds stood at a narrow well, voices rising sharply. One shouted angrily,
"This well was ours first. Abraham's servants dug it. Water belongs to no man. Your herd have drained it dry. Liars! Your herds have drained it dry. Take this!"
And standing not far away were two men, uncle and nephew. Abraham watched quietly, his weathered face thoughtful. Lot stood with folded arms, jaw tight with impatience.
"This well is ours. We dug it. Lies!"
At last Abraham stepped forward.
Peace. Let there be no strife between us. We are family.
Lot exhaled slowly.
The land cannot sustain this growth forever. Then choose for yourself. If you go left, I will go right. Come, the ridge offers a clearer view.
Lead on. I will follow.
And so they walked together to a high ridge overlooking the Jordan Valley. The Jordan plain stretched lush and green, shimmering beneath rivers of sunlight. Palm trees swayed beside winding waters. Flocks grazed in abundance. In the distance stood fortified cities, Sodom and Gomorrah, gleaming with wealth, banners fluttering from their towers. Lot stepped forward unconsciously, as if drawn by an unseen cord.
Uncle, the Jordan plain, it is like the garden of the Lord.
Abraham's eyes followed the same horizon, but his gaze carried caution rather than wonder.
Yes, it is beautiful.
A shepherd behind them struggled to separate arguing herdsmen. Raised voices drifted up the hill. Lot spoke again, more firmly now.
Our servants quarrel because the land here cannot sustain us both.
But there is room for expansion. Trade routes, markets, security.
Abraham studied his nephew. He said gently.
Security is not found in walls,
Lot smiled faintly.
but walls help.
The distant cities shimmered in the heat. Abraham added carefully,
Beauty is not always blessing.
Lot barely heard him. His thoughts were already moving, calculating pasture rotation, livestock growth, alliances with merchants.
The land will sustain us. Our flocks will thrive. My children will inherit abundance.
Abraham stepped closer.
Choose wisely, my son. Land shapes men, cities shape souls.
A silence settled between them. Lot hesitated, but only briefly. Then he lifted his arm and pointed decisively toward the valley.
I choose the plain.
Abraham nodded slowly.
As you wish.
Concern flickered across his weathered face, but he said no more. The camps buzzed with activity. Servants dismantled tents. Women gathered clay vessels. Shepherds drove sheep into separate flocks. Lot's wife approached him, her eyes bright with anticipation.
Is it true? We are moving toward the cities?
Yes, toward prosperity.
She looked toward the distant walls of Sodom.
I have heard their markets overflow with grain and spice. Their houses are built of stone, not tents that shift with the wind.
Lot nodded.
Yeah. We will still dwell outside at first. Near enough for trade, far enough for peace.
Abraham walked through the camp, blessing the departing servants. He stopped before Lot.
May the Lord establish your steps. I will visit.
Abraham held him firmly for a moment longer than expected.
Guard your heart. I will.
The caravan descended the hillside. Dust rose behind camels and oxen. Children rode atop loaded carts. Shepherd boys whistled as they guided livestock. The lush air of the valley replaced the dry wind of the hills. Lot rode ahead, surveying the land with satisfaction. His wife rode beside him.
See, there is water everywhere, grass unending. Prosperous land.
The cities are closer than I imagined.
All the better for us.
Stone walls of Sodom now loomed clearer. Watchtowers guarded its gates. Traders moved in and out constantly. Music faintly drifted across the fields, even at midday. Lot slowed his animal.
Not too close. Look there, nearer the gate. The soil is fertile.
You're right. And the grass is so green.
This is a good place. We should pitch our tents.
Yes, it is a good place for us.
They pitched their tents within sight of the outer roads. As evening fell, a group of Sodomite merchants approached with guarded curiosity.
You are new to the valley. Yes, we seek pasture and trade. You will find both in abundance.
He glanced at Lot's wife and the fine quality of their livestock.
Our city rewards ambition, and it tolerates very little weakness.
The men departed, leaving behind an uneasy silence. Lot's wife broke it first.
I think they are confident people.
Lot studied the city gates glowing in torchlight.
Yes. They do not sound like our people.
Weeks passed. Trade increased. Lot visited the gates of Sodom frequently. He negotiated livestock sales.
10 sheep for 5 silver? That's too much. They are prime stock. Lot 8 is fair. 7, no more. 7 it is, a good price. Deliver them by dusk, as you wish. Lot, a fair price for your herd. They are strong, 10 silver. 8 is fair. 9, final offer.
He observed city courts. He listened at gatherings.
Lush beyond measure. The wealth is staggering, truly a blessed city. Indeed, a place of endless opportunity.
Weak, the wine flowed like water.
And the dancers, they were mesmerizing. Indeed, and the music. We must plan another soon. The stories alone were worth it. What is the chance of surviving in this city? It is better than you think. A land is full of opportunities. You work, enjoy, and flourish. Your words give hope, but
Gradually, his tent shifted. Not dramatically, just slightly closer. His wife began purchasing woven fabrics from city artisans.
Husband, look at these beautiful fabrics I got from the city artisans.
they are beautiful, my love. The colors are so vibrant.
I knew you would like them, my dear.
A fine purchase.
His daughters spoke of festivals within the walls.
Father, Mother, I heard about the festivals within the city walls. They have music and lights.
Festivals, we have our own ways here, daughter.
But it's joyful. People dance and sing.
Sounds lovely. We should consider it.
One evening, Lot stood outside his tent, staring at the city lights. A servant approached cautiously.
Master, shall we keep distance from the gates?
For now.
But his eyes lingered longingly on the glow of prosperity. And so the tents of Lot moved. Closer and closer, until the hills behind him grew distant, and the shadow of Gomorrah and its sister cities stretched long across his dwelling. The valley welcomed him, the cities watched him, and heaven silent bore witness. And so Lot chose the lush valley, a land of promise shimmering under the sun. Yet even as tents were pitched and flocks settled, a shadow lingered at the edge of that beauty. The cities of Sodom and Gomorrah glittered in the distance. But behind the walls, whispers of cruelty, pride, and sin stirred like a storm about to break. Lot's journey had begun, but the heart of the city waits. And soon choices will be tested, and mercy will be revealed. Will Lot's faith withstand the lure of comfort? Will the glittering city hide the danger beneath? Find out in episode 2, The City of Noise. If you're inspired by this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to IbideeScriptales for more cinematic Bible stories. One inspired story at a time.